Hello out there, library lovers and book fans, and welcome to another amazingly exciting video of Amanda Gets Excited About Books. Welcome if you're brand new, welcome back if you've been watching this video series. Quick recap, the way this works is I'm going to open up a box of brand new books that just came in here to the Nevada Public Library. I'm going to show them off to all of you. I'm going to maybe say a little bit about each book so you know kind of what they're about, what's going on. And then you, hopefully, will jump into the catalog and place a hold on all of the ones that you are super excited about. These books are in the catalog right now, so as soon as you want to, you can sign in and you can request these books, and as soon as we've got them all finalized and ready, we will let you know. Please do use the handy book lists option on the right-hand side of the main page of the catalog. There's a lot of great options there, including unboxing video lists. So if you go to the most recent unboxing video list on that book list option, you will see everything that's in this box. You can place holds right from that list. It's super convenient, so please do check that out. It's a great way to easily add all of the books from this box that you want to read. So we'll dive in, we'll see what we got today, and hopefully you will be super excited about some of these titles, just like I am sure to be. Oh yes, speaking of books to be excited about, first up we have The Heiress by Molly Greeley. And this is something that I am always a fan of, checking out anything that's Pride and Prejudice related, and that is what this book is. This book is looking at a character that we don't see a lot of in Pride and Prejudice, Anne de Bourgh, who, I will not spoil her relationship to the story in case you haven't read Pride and Prejudice and want to, but if you have read the book, you probably remember who she is. We don't see a lot of her in the story, but this takes a look at her and her life and sort of what happens to her within the events of Pride and Prejudice and afterwards. Pride and Prejudice is one of my favorite books, so I always love reading adaptations and things that do new and different things with the characters. So this is a book I know I want to take a look at. If you are a fellow fan like I am, you will not want to miss The Heiress. Next is Minus Me, and this is by Mamiv Medwed, and this sounds wonderful, and this is one that I would definitely like to read as well. Annie and her husband are the owner and operators of Annie's, a gourmet sandwich shop, home to the legendary Paul Bunyan special sandwich, her nutritionally challenged, continual source of income and marital harmony and local fame. But then their mostly charmed marriage comes into some trouble when a scary medical diagnosis comes up from Annie, and she finds herself facing the overwhelming challenge of finding a way to help her husband Sam go on without her. She decides to leave him a step-by-step set of instructions for a future without her and considers her own replacement in his heart and their bed. Her best-laid plans grind to a halt with the unexpected appearance of Ursula, Annie's Manhattan diva of a mother, who brings her own brand of chaos and disruption to their lives. This sounds adorable and heartbreaking and wonderful, and like it'd be a great book club read and one that you're sure to just fall in love with these characters. I know I want to take a look at this. You will definitely want to put your name on hold for Minus Me. Our next title is a nonfiction book called Beginners by Tom Vanderbilt. And this is another one that I think would be a very interesting read, especially as we kind of kick off a new year and we start sort of reevaluating ourselves and our lives and what we want, because this book takes a look at the transformative joys that come with starting something new, no matter what your age is. It asks the question, why do so many of us stop learning new skills as adults? Are we afraid to be bad at something? Have we forgotten the sheer pleasure of beginning from the ground up? And so this looks at kind of why we should continue to be lifelong learners and why we should continue to learn new skills and how it's beneficial to us and everything. So I think this sounds great. I always have high hopes of learning new skills, and I can sort of fall by the wayside on some of those when I, get started or don't get started like I want to. So just kind of reinforcing the how and the why and the it's okay if you try it and you're bad at it sounds like a great reason to take a look at this book. Up next is one for all of you historical fiction fans out there. This is Beauty Among the Ruins, and this is by Janelle Jakilski. Pardon me for not saying that name correctly. This is the story of a Scottish lord and an American socialite who discover love during World War I in this historical romance novel. So if you are a fan of any of that, which I know we've got plenty of people out there who like varying levels of all of what's going on in this book, this is one that you will want to take a look at. These two are thrown together when a series of mysterious events threatens to ruin the future of this particular castle in Scotland once and for all. Though they're as different as night and day, can they put aside their differences to find the culprit before it's too late? Or will their greatest distraction be falling in love? So this is Beauty Among the Ruins. Next, we have The Captive by Fiona King Foster. And this is sort of a noir mystery, rural noir, which sounds awesome. A woman is expected to deliver a fugitive and is forced to confront her own past on the journey. So if you like some of those kind of set in the wilderness, set in the backwoods, set in, you know, a small area, and it's kind of creepy and suspenseful and tense-filled, this will absolutely be a book that you want to take a look at. This is The Captive. Lava Red Feather Blue by Molly Ringle is the next title in this box, and this is a fantasy centering on kind of some fairy tales with a twist. Normally, awakening the handsome prince is supposed to end the fairy tale, not begin it, but in the High Valley, witches have rarely done things the way they're supposed to. On a North Pacific island hidden from the world by enchantments, Prince Larkin has lain in a magical sleep since 1799 as one side of a truce between humans and fae. That is, until Merrick High Valley, a modern-day witch, discovers an old box of magic charms and cryptic notes hidden inside a garden statue. Experimenting with the charms, Merrick finds himself inside the bower where Larkin lies and accidentally awakens him. Worse still, releasing Larkin from the spell also releases a fairy bent on eradicating humans from the island. So how will these two potentially team up to overcome this trouble, and what's going to happen as these two work together or don't? You will have to read Lava Red Feather Blue to find out. Next is The House on Vesper Sands, and this is by Paraic O'Donnell. And this is set in London in 1893. High up in a house on a dark, snowy night, a lone seamstress stands by a window. So begins the swirling, serpentine world of this Victorian-inspired mystery, the story of a city cloaked in shadow but burning with questions. Why does the seamstress jump from the window? Why is a cryptic message stitched into her skin? And how is she connected to a rash of missing girls, all of whom seem to have disappeared under similar circumstances? This sounds awesome. I love these kind of twisty mysteries. I love kind of Victorian England stuff as well. It is one kind of historical thing that I do like diving into, so this is one I definitely want to read. If this sounds like your type of book, make sure to put your name on hold for The House on Vesper Sands. Oh gosh, now this is a book I know I'm on hold for and I am super excited about. This is The Perfect Guests. This is by Emma Roos, and this is, surprisingly, a mysterious, suspenseful, page-turner type of book, because we all know that I love those. This is a grand estate with many secrets. We have an orphan caught in a web of lies, and a young woman playing a sinister game. So we're jumping back and forth between 1988 and 2019, and these two young women and their experiences at this estate, and all of the kind of mystery and the things that are going along with that. I definitely want to read this one. I'm pretty sure I'm on hold for this, and if you enjoy these types of books, you will want to put your name on hold as well for The Perfect Guests. P.J. Tracy's Deep into the Dark is our next title in this book, and this is another one that's got a bit of a mystery to it. We have Sam back from Afghanistan trying to rebuild a life in his hometown of LA, and he's separated from his wife. Bartending and therapy sessions are what occupy his days and nights. When his friend and colleague Melody is beaten by her boyfriend, she turns to Sam for help. When the boyfriend turns up dead the next day, a hard case like Sam is the perfect suspect. But LAPD detective Margaret, whose brother recently died serving overseas, is sympathetic to Sam's troubles and can't quite see him as a killer. She's more interested in the secrets Melody might be keeping and the developments in another murder case on the other side of town. So if you enjoy these kinds of the glamorous settings or not so glamorous side of LA and, you know, a good mystery with a detective character, you will definitely want to pick up Deep into the Dark. This sounds like a great read. Our next title is a good one to take a look at if you're starting to plan your gardening or growing ideas for later on in this year. This is Grow Your Own Spices No Matter Where You Live. This is by Tasha Greer. And, you know, there's so many things that we can do with spices, and they're so versatile, and they're great to add to any number of things of cooking and all of that. So if you're looking for, hey, what else might I want to plant this year? What can I do to, you know, grow some of my own things? This is a great one to take a look at, see what's possible and what you would need to grow any spices that you might use here at home. Next, we have A Room Called Earth by Madeline Ryan, and this also sounds like an amazing read, and this also sounds like a great book club title. I don't think I'm on hold for this, but I might put my name on it because it sounds great. We're in Melbourne, Australia, where a young woman gets ready for a party. She is autistic, yet within her mind, she is whoever she wants to be. And what appears to be an ordinary night out is, through the prism of her singular perspective, extraordinary. As the evening unfolds, each encounter reveals the vast discrepancies between what she is thinking and feeling and what she is able to say. And there's so much she'd like to say. So when she meets a man and a genuine connection occurs, it's nothing short of a miracle. However, it isn't until she invites him home that we come to appreciate the humanity beneath the labels we cling to, and we can grasp the pleasure of what it means to be alive. This sounds awesome. This sounds like a great book for getting a different perspective, and for, you know, a character that you just kind of got to root for and that you're gonna come to love and come to hopefully understand a little better by the end of the book. So definitely don't miss A Room Called Earth. And last but certainly not least, we've got our big name James Patterson here with, I believe, a new true crime collection here, Till Murder Do Us Part. This has, looks like a couple of different true crime stories in it, so if you enjoy that, if you're a fan of some of the true crime podcasts or other true crime books and you want to see what's going on with this, pick up Till Murder Do Us Part. And that is it. Thank you so much for sticking with me and checking out all of the great new things in this box. I hope you're very excited about some of these titles and you're putting your name on hold for them as soon as you're done. Please do join us next time. We'll post the next video when we've got a new box in, and I look forward to seeing you then. Bye!